Every project we do has to align with our goals. And our goals are market access, industry engagement, increasing demand for Alberta meat and livestock products, and building the competitiveness and profitability of the industry. And this year, we had $30 million worth of programming dollars go out, and we've managed to leverage that number to $150 million worth of total projects. Since our inception in 2009, Alma has been able to invest $169 million into projects that have a total value of $627 million for the meat and livestock industry. I could sit here and talk to you about our numbers for a long period of time because we have very good accomplishments, but this year we're going to do something a little different. I think it's important that you hear it from our team who are engaged with our customers and our clients on a regular basis, and they do make it happen.
I think industry investments at Alma really embodies the catalyst function or the mandate that Alma has. We work directly with industry. So our team that works directly with Alberta-based meat processors, primarily looking at enhancing productivity and automation, but it's so much more than that. Anytime we take a look at opportunities to improve process flows and introduce new equipment into a facility, the conversation also goes toward introducing new products, new product lines, as well as improving product quality, product safety, consistency. It really is a continuum of what equipment it's going to take to get a certain product to market that a customer demands, right through to the formulation of that product and a marketing plan around getting that product to market successfully. In addition to working one-on-one with businesses, we also work very much with industry associations, and our primary objective there is to enhance the leadership capacity of the industry.
So Alma's programs are trying to do a lot of different things on different levels. So with our funding on automation and efficiency, for example, we're trying to help companies become more productive, more profitable, and more sustainable. So we want them to purchase Alberta meat products, so help all Alberta producers, and then also help the companies. And in the process, hopefully also assist with rural development, higher skilled jobs, more jobs available for people. And by automating, we're trying to bring in the highest level of technology that we can into the province. And with the product development, companies are always trying to launch new products into the marketplace. Retail is always looking for the next best thing. So our program is set up to help defray some of the risk of launching the new products. So we've done a great project with Bashaw Meats. So it's a small company, family owned. The community didn't have a meat shop at the time. So they did get behind this family to get one built, and we were able to come in with some assistance to help them with some of their processing equipment. So that's an example of the small companies that we do help. There's lots of them out there in the province, a lot of them doing local value-added products for the market. H&M Meats is an example of a provincial meat plant that harvests animals. They do multi-species, so they're bringing in pork and beef, and they do value-added, so fresh and frozen products, and it's for a whole multitude of customers. So retail, right on site for their local community. They do institutional sales, and they also do camps and food service. On the large scale, we've got the very large plants. We've got Olymel, JBS, and Cargill. So we do help them on the equipment side, helping them with productivity. And locally, the managers that run those facilities greatly appreciate that assistance because it helps them do more than they could normally do. So they can invest in more highly automated equipment, or they can do other aspects of their business that they couldn't otherwise do.
We worked on a project over the last year with a group of Edmonton-based companies. All the companies opened their books and shared what they spend on all their regular items they're purchasing, their hairnets, their canola oil, all the different products that they're purchasing. And what they found through that is that just by price leveling alone, they can save $50 million, which would make them much more competitive as a group and give them a little bit more purchasing power. And so in the next year, we're planning on doing phase 2 with them, where we're actually looking at how can you turn that into a business where it works for your suppliers and works for the companies involved. Sometimes it's just figuring out who the right partners are. And an example of a project we've worked on recently is there's a group called Mind Fuel, and they've got really great penetration into all of the schools through a series of web-based tools that they have, and a lot of teachers use it as part of their curriculum. And at the same time, Alberta Beef Producers was looking at creating a series of educational tools over the last year. So we actually created a partnership so that Mind Fuel can deliver on the project for Alberta Beef Producers. We support international marketing by partnering with organizations like Canada Beef and Canada Pork International. So we've been at Anuga, which is in Cologne, Germany, and CL, which is in Paris. Contacts that people make at those shows are essential for them moving into the marketplaces. And the sales don't happen right away. A lot of times it takes a year, potentially a year and a half to get the sales, but once they do, they've often developed strong relationships. Consumers love to shop at farmers markets because they really feel that they connect to the producer when they're there, and they do. You meet them face to face. What a lot of consumers don't realize is how many products we have on the grocery store shelves. So what I would like to do is to be able to make it really easy for consumers to identify those products on the grocery store shelves or in food service establishments, to know when you're eating at Boston Pizza, you're eating chili or lasagna, all of those are made in Alberta, would be really great for consumers to know. And so we are working on a series of initiatives to accomplish this, one of which is the GastroPost initiative in partnership with the Journal and the Commodity Group Associations, which help to educate consumers around local products. We've also worked on the Passion for Pork initiative to really create a great new culture around pork. And in the past, we've supported beef initiatives that do the same.
What's really fun about research is opportunities from the nanotech researchers, or from the medical industry, or from other industries, the engineers that can apply some of these really great technologies to our industry. So I've got an example with a pyrolysis. It's a technology that we have an engineer that's been working to take waste fats and oils from the agriculture industry, so from animal fats all the way to crops and restaurant grease, and turn that into new hydrocarbons. So it's quite an exciting investment that we've been able to participate in along with other funders to create, and this pilot plant right now is located at the Waste Management Center in Edmonton. They're really exciting. One of the critical pieces we look at is the knowledge transfer piece, and understanding how what they're going to do is going to be, that information is going to go out and into the industry and to the hands of the people that need that information. So we look for presentations at industry conferences, communications that they would put maybe into a magazine like the Western Producer, or just even working on the ground with those the pig farm or the feedlot that's going to be adopting that information or that knowledge or that idea or that technology. The Pure Prairie Eating Plan is a great example of how we've been working behind the scenes and with the research community to understand the health benefits of meat and Alberta meat products. And what we funded the research here in this in strategic initiatives, whereas Alma has worked together to actually fund the consumer education piece, and what the culmination of which has become a Pure Prairie Eating Plan, a cookbook, a menu plan for healthy eating using local Alberta foods. And so it's science-based, a great demonstration of how we've been able to work together to produce a product. We do have the opportunity to be able to leverage and work with our partners to bring to life these large multidisciplinary projects. One of the good examples of what we've been doing this past year is working with Champion Pet Foods to put in a research grade extruder at Agri-Food Discovery Place, which is at the University of Alberta. And that has actually been through the partnership with the University of Alberta, through Western Economic Diversification, Champion Pet Foods in Elmira, to bring forward a great opportunity for both on the research side through the university, and also for a company that has been a very good partner here in Alberta and very successful in producing a pet food line that's been created from local Alberta products.
Well, strategic initiatives adds value because it does play in the middle areas. It draws upon the need to bring research and state-of-the-art knowledge to the table to make good policy decisions. And strategic initiatives in many instances are great ideas, and great ideas do need support to make them into new realities. So traceability has been a priority. It's a priority for Alma, and it's a priority for strategic initiatives. Within that space, we have partnered with SAIT to develop an ICAR accredited lab. This is the first within North America, and so it's important for our producers to have access to technology. This lab gives Alberta a competitive advantage and will attract investment in new technology development and reader capacity. That project leads into another project that we have partnered with the Canadian Cattlemen's Association to advance development of software and hardware prototypes for smartphones so that producers can use a smartphone to read their RFID tags. So another great project that we have is with a partnership with the Alberta beef producers, and they're going out and analyzing antibiotic prevalence within Alberta's feedlots. This is important because this gives them the information as to the use of antibiotics, and it's important in today's age in terms of social license to operate. Sustainability is important from a policy perspective. We're mobilizing government, industry, other stakeholders to engage in a conversation and defining sustainability. We participate over the past year with the Canadian Roundtable for Sustainable Beef, the Global Roundtable for Sustainable Beef, and other forums to ensure that we're providing our input and that Alberta is at the table.
Our unit serves a very important function in terms of a service function to the organization. We help ensure that the successes of the projects that we're involved with are shared, that industry can get an appreciation and awareness of issues and be encouraged to pursue opportunities for growth and expansion. Now, the intent as well is that although we have a very strong communications group, communications and business planning is a function that all the employees partake in. Everybody contributes to the success of the organization, and we also have all of us have a vital role in ensuring that we share that information through our contacts and interaction and engagement with industry. Future Fair is our event that really showcases all the successes that industry has had through the projects that we partner with them. The importance of it is having these partners themselves share the insight and knowledge that they've gained through their experiences and provide leadership and encouragement to the rest of industry. We host speaker events to ensure that we have opportunities to inspire entrepreneurs. We bring in those types of speakers that have the ability to share new concepts, new approaches. Our last speaker event was Alan Savory, and he shared some new concepts and approaches to holistic livestock management, where he looked at grassland ecosystems, interaction with climate change and livestock management.
So you've had the opportunity now to hear from my team on how they do things and why they do it, and now we're going to take an opportunity to hear from our clients and our partners on this and what impact it has on their business.
Alma has been very important, and the biggest thing really was the help at the very beginning, like when we built all this, when we started the business. That's when you need the help the most. If it's successful afterwards, yes, you take all the help you can get too, but to even get started, that's where you really need the help, and that's what they did.
Alma really helped us to take the menu plan from the sphere that we originally conceived of it in, which was really in diabetes treatment. And they really helped to bring home the idea that it needs to be bigger, that this is a much more wide-reaching plan that's applicable across the province, across the prairies, potentially across Canada. And Alma really helped us to see that and to see that message. And so that's one of the big things that led us to actually get the book together, because it's bigger than just diabetes treatment.
It's an expensive process to go to a foreign country. Flights are expensive when you're flying far. Staying there until such time as you can conduct your business. On an individual, small, medium enterprise, it's more difficult. And so some support from Alma is obviously a serious consideration to be able to continue to do this work on this regular basis. Might be able to afford to go once a year, but certainly not go 4 or 5 times a year. So it's absolutely critical from my point of view that Alma should be here. I'm very happy that they have this program, and that we can take some appreciation and benefit for the program.
We would like for Alberta Flavor to be the platform for which new products could be introduced into the marketplace in the future.
It was instrumental in this program being developed. Without the resources from Alma, the project would have remained a great idea, but it would have never developed into an actual brand, an actual project and program that we can operate at Northlands.
Our partnership with Alma has been very one of synergy. We really appreciate the strong relationship that we have and the communication that we have with the team at Alma. We've been able to align our priorities with those of Alma and find synergies to ensure that our projects are delivering the needs of our producers, our industry, and that of the greater Alberta livestock industry.
I was fortunate to be a part of the birthing process for the Alberta Livestock Meat Agency, and I've seen the evolution of it. And it really, I think, has hit its sweet spot in terms of its catalyst outlook, its use of innovation, its use of its own investment dollars to leverage other investment dollars, and really change and move the industry forward in a very positive, proactive way. So results-based budgeting, which has been a Government of Alberta initiative to really look at our budgeting process throughout the whole Government of Alberta organization, has really shown through its process that Alma is getting results, is getting strong results for the industry. We're looking forward to continuing to build on those results and even growing the industry further in a partnership manner with the Government of Alberta, ARD, as well as the Alberta Livestock and Meat Agency.
It's a state-of-the-art facility that offers food safety heretofore unknown in North America. So we're very happy to say that Alma's been a huge supporter of what we're doing. They've reviewed all of our technology and all of our systems, and they've signed on to be a grantor to us in this project that certainly helped make this project possible.
Alma funding allowed us to gain access to venture capitalists initially, and allowed us to eventually purchase a facility using that same funding. And we also obviously worked with the FPDC, the Food Processing Development Center, and the whole system combined made this possible, because this was just a dream when it initially started. There was no way of it ever happening in BC. And the whole team, actually half the team, moved from Vancouver to Alberta because of Alma.
For the whole project, for the new building, the plan is $20 million. The whole process, we feel we got strong, great support from Alma. Actually, not only from the finance. The most important is for the confidence. You know, you feel very confident, you feel lots of people stand behind you to support you, to keep you move forward to make the further success.
You do have a lot of expertise in Alma to help organizations and to move things forward. And having that support, that backing, you've got an excellent board. I mean, very knowledgeable people with expertise. So I mean, to have that resource as well. I think there are a number of things when we work on projects. I think I've always felt, pretty good about coming up with an idea and then saying, okay, well, maybe I should go over and talk to the guys at Alma. I think anybody who comes to Alma should look at it not just as a fund, dollar source, but also as a good technical resource as well too. I think one, if we start at the top of the pyramid, you've got some great expertise who can look at the big picture, who have a lot of influence, who can, obviously, if we look at Future Fair, can bring great speakers, can pose good questions to industry, beyond just the Alberta, out of the country even, and get some good feedback, look at some good strategies to help out industry in general, as well as the specifics. But I also think in-house, you've got people who have lots of skills and lots of experience to be able to sit down and go through projects. And if I looked at the food processing side even, you look at how many projects go through Cody Cunningham's shop, like what he does, the number of guys he's actually worked with in the past, or Michelle Norman, like you look at how many projects she's worked on, or Susan Novak, how many researchers she's dealt with, and the things that she's seen. I can't even imagine. Like it becomes over and over again. You see so many different variables within the specific areas that they deal with that they have the expertise to be able to come back and say, well, that worked or didn't work. I'll give you a little bit of my insight. And then sometimes they might say, well, it didn't work for these reasons, but I think maybe in your case you probably could do it because you're taking it from a different perspective.
Alma brings a lot more value to the industry than just dollars. We bring information, we bring ideas, and this is what takes us to the next level of competitiveness and profitability and sustainability for the industry in the future.